What's up, everyone? I hope you guys had an amazing day. So, basically, there's more blood in the streets in the crypto world. We have, first of all, I just want to say, everyone that has their money on FTX, don't, it's a very tough situation. Basically, what's going on is, imagine you have an exchange and you can't withdraw any money from it. And you basically have to assume that all of the money that you have on FTX is gone, essentially. Or you're just not going to get it anytime soon unless FTX gets a bailout or something like that. But yeah, it's a tough situation regardless. And sorry to hear. I have a lot of friends that use FTX and have their money on FTX, like a lot of money. So just, sorry to hear that. So basically, the news yesterday, the reason why we got some sort of hope in this entire debacle was that CZ, which is the BINANCE CEO, said that they were going to buy out FTX, and then what ends up happening is they pull out of the deal, which caused the Bitcoin to fall below 16K. So yeah, there's still a lot more blood on the streets, essentially. Bitcoin can basically find a bottom around 12 to 13K, even if it falls a bit lower. But yeah, like this is definitely not a good sign for crypto. 100%. This is not good. But just looking at Bitcoin, it's in free fall. It's down 14%. Looking at Ethereum, it's also down. Solana is fell tremendously. All of these other coins are just getting completely decimated. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is not a good sign, obviously, for crypto, but once things start evening out, this is essentially going to be when it's still making new lows. Great. Well, this is going to be when a lot of buying opportunities are going to be made. For this move, I'm probably going to look into buying some BITO calls for long term, probably for 2024. And BITO is basically Bitcoin ETF options. So you could play the options on Bitcoin on the US stock market instead of using a different exchange. So that's probably what I'm going to do. We're almost at like 15,000. We could end up falling down to this trend line, which is going to, we could end up falling between like 10 to 12,000, whatever, but you're basically risking another 3,000 for a potential bounce into, back to 30 if this thing gets taken care of. So yeah, let's see how tomorrow, and especially with CPI data coming out tomorrow, let's see how that works out. Overall, with CPI, I do think that, it's almost impossible like for us to be completely bearish or completely bullish. I was saying that I want to scale into puts as we got higher and higher. Even if we do have like good CPI data and the market ends up bouncing, it's still going to be just an opportunity to load up into more puts for longer term. And these, honestly, like summer puts or puts for early 2024, probably going to be like the safest play that you can literally make, because the only thing that's going to stop the market from falling is if the Fed makes a pivot in terms of interest rate hikes, or if they start quantitative easing, and we haven't had any indication that that's what they're going to do anytime soon. So you just have to assume, so number one, we just have to wait to see what CPI data is going to be like tomorrow. Most likely, regardless of what happens, we could have a pop on CPI data. Honestly, it doesn't really matter, because overall, like, the market should be continuing to fall. Even, in the short term, if we have good CPI data, we can easily see like a break above this high. We could see, 400 even. But this is not, it's all like, it's tough to say, to be honest. But the higher we go, the better it is for our puts. We could just get more puts, essentially. That's my plan. And in the short term, if we have good CPI data tomorrow, we're going to lean long intraday for day trades. Very simple stuff. It's, it's not going to be too difficult for that. But yeah, the other thing that I want to look at is the VIX is starting to bottom out. So if the VIX, with the VIX basically bottoming out here and starting to show some strength, that is not a good sign for the SPY. The dollar is also bouncing here as well, which is also not a good sign for the stock market, right? The bonds, sure, they had green candles, but we're not getting closes. Sorry. We're not getting any closes above major levels of resistance. We just have like some sort of strength here. But with the VIX and the dollar bouncing, it's not that great, right? But regardless, if we do end up bouncing a little higher in the stock market, CPI data is going to be the main cause for that. There's not really much else to look at until 8:30 tomorrow morning. And yeah, I mean, there's really not much else to do. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm just waiting for things to simmer down a bit. I'm just gonna number one thing is, regardless of whatever you guys are doing with crypto, right, you can never ever trust a brokerage with your money. You should always keep your crypto in a different wallet. So of course this doesn't really, like, you're not gonna go out of your way to do all of this stuff and learn all this stuff for like, $5, $10, $15,000, right? You're not going to go out of your way to learn all that stuff, whatever. But if you start putting a lot of money into crypto, 50, 100, 150, 200, whatever, you cannot trust these brokerages, because literally something like this can happen. It's happened in the past multiple times. It just hasn't happened a lot recently, so that's why people got comfortable. But all it takes is just someone like Sam, CEO of FTX, to take advantage of people's comfort, and he used up all these people's money on FTX to leverage their money and prop up the price of all of these other coins. That yeah, man, it's a tough situation. But yeah, I mean, the only thing that you could do is learn from learn from the past, and just make sure you don't have your money on brokerages anymore. If you want to have a substantial crypto portfolio, do not keep any of your money on exchanges. Period. It is what it is. Lick your wounds. Don't take it too seriously. It's just money. We'll make it back. And yeah, man, that's life. You gotta risk to get it. So yeah, essentially we're gonna wait for some movement to the downside before we go back long on crypto in general, and with Bitcoin options for longer term. I really like we have a lot of time between now and tomorrow, especially with CPI data. If CPI data is bad and the market ends up falling, then I would think that crypto should fall a bit as well, a bit more. But yeah, we'll see. But overall, I hope you guys, on the stock market, we've been killing it. Crypto, it is what it is. I hope you guys just, yeah, tough situation. This is really, really historic. This is really, really historic stuff. Like, they played with a lot of people's money. Hopefully these people get some justice, and yeah, just be optimistic, hope for the best. Don't take things too seriously. Yeah, and that's what it is. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Make sure you guys tune in to the live stream tomorrow. See you guys bright and early. And yeah, have a good one. Thank you.